Okay, we're back with you for Brutes versus Quicksilver. Um, for a nice change of pace, Quicksilver does have a full team of 4.
They got to be ecstatic.
Yeah. So we've got for Quicksilver, we have Prithian, Atheran, Ellminaidra, and then their latest recruit, Teucer, who they picked up at the very last moment before pickups and trades and all that were cut off. They just were trying to get somebody on the team that could actually be there.
Yeah. I actually talked with him, and he likes to be called Teucer.
Teucer. Well, he can blow me.
Yeah, that's untrue.
Sorry.
All right, so basically, whatever gets the match cast the fastest, but it's basically Quicksilver's same team except it's got Teucer, and Brute Squad has changed their lineup a bit. It looks like they're giving the second string players a little play, so that's good. Jojo looked good in AGL a couple days ago. He was facing an Armsman, so that's not really a good indicator, but he looked good. And we all know about Gurfing.
I'm gonna be honest. I have absolutely no idea what Jojo is capable of. Like none whatsoever. I did not see the AGL match, so I couldn't even tell you how well I thought he was doing any of the things that he was doing. I should probably go take a look at that. So this is gonna be the first time I've actually seen Jojo do anything.
Well, we will see how he does. He was fielded once against Atheran, wasn't he? It was a knot where we didn't have our full lineup, but I believe he went in, if I'm not mistaken.
It's possible.
I think he two-rounded our bandit.
There's a couple of there were a couple of nights that I had left instructions for him to go in, but whether or not he actually did, I know some of those nights he did not end up showing.
Right.
So
well, this will be fun to cast anyway, just because we're seeing a few different people we haven't seen before. You know, we don't see much of Jojo. We haven't seen Gurfing because he was sort of AWOL the first half of the season.
He was AWOL up until the point that he got brought onto my team.
And I think he had some real life issues. So now he's back.
I mean, this should be a pretty solid win for Brutes. But that doesn't mean that Quicksilver couldn't, put up a good fight.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen, just looking at the lineups, I think Xantiln and Jojo are probably going to go hard on Prithian because that's the main damage source. Grumf is just a medio everything, and Prithian will probably go down pretty fast.
Yeah, I mean, double drop kick on Pixie. He should probably be dying pretty fast, yeah.
That's true. Gurfing does have dropkick. I don't think it lands. I mean, I couldn't say for sure, but I don't think it lands quite as reliably as Swashbucklers. But it's going to be fun. They're not going to sweat it too much. We are started up. Grumf has his elemental up, so early rescue potential. And again, Teucer has dirt kick, but most of the Quicksilver team doesn't really have a reliable blind here.
It'll be interesting to see. Normally Deafen and Meat Shield are a very powerful combination. I chose not to field Arctic just because, he doesn't need the experience. Whoa!
He'll be fine.
Look at that init on Teucer. He's going down fast. Very, very fast.
I'm not sure if he's protected. I mean, it looks like maybe not. That looks like some nasty
group break over on Brutes.
Yeah, it looks like Grumf is hitting his own people a little bit. Still happening. Grumf needs to tone it back a bit. I know Medio's good, but don't kill your own team.
Just trying to make it fair,
Yeah, I know. He's like, I'm just going to follow myself because I think this will be, a better chance for everybody.
Just indiscriminate death.
The God of War wants to see more fairness. He wants it to be a war, not a slaughter.
And Teucer has got to be dying soon. There's the Wimpy, and there's the dead.
Okay, I expected Prithian to go down faster than Teucer. That's That's that.
There's just so much damage from brutes. Jojo, Grumf, and then two drop kickers. It's just scary. Lots and lots of melee.
Yeah, Quicksilver can't really do anything
against a bunch of humans. That's just a lot of hitting power.
Yeah, and I feel like Quicksilver's issue going into this is, Prithian and Lacton haven't been fielded the whole game, but reliably, Ellminaidra and Atheran are both in there. But the other humans that are fielded tend to have skills like Dropkick that are really deleterious to their general roster. And then you have the big races who kind of just toss humans around like nothing. So it's kind of a double whammy, being humans.
If there's anything a big race is good at, it's beating up on humans.
They don't have makes me sad.
They don't have quite the spellcasting power or damage to really punish this, the 4 saves, and they don't have the defenses or health to really withstand the massive hitting. But this is pretty abrupt match. Interestingly, brutes do not have the flag yet. I guess because they haven't been able to kill Prithian, which was what I told them to do, which was kill Prithian, grab the flag. Jojo grabs the flag.
Well, I don't necessarily disagree with killing Teucer, but like you said, cap the flag right off that because they just killed the dirt kicker. So none of Quicksilver can rescue off this. Just run the flag. Nobody's going to do anything. You're going to rescue them right across the map, and you're still going to win the damage game. They're just going to come to you to get hit more.
I think they might be a little too focused on the capture condition that I gave them, which was killing Prithian. But I said that because I figure you kill Prithian, and then Jojo grabs the flag, stands defensive with a shield, and the humans can't do anything to him.
It looks like they're on it at this point. They're going to do both, which works out.
But I mean, like I said, this is fine too. It's Grumf has the flag. They killed one of the hitters, so Grumf grabs the flag instead, and then anybody that comes up to him is just gonna get medioed. Honestly, I mean, it's not quite chain, but it still ought to protect him pretty well.
And there goes Ellminaidra. If you had told me that there would be no Warlocks this ACFL draft and 2 Trolls would have been drafted, I don't think I would have believed it, just because I wasn't sure. Like Grindel and Jojo came out of relatively nowhere, and now they're Jojo hasn't been fielded, but the times that he looks good, and Grindel has actually been huge for KCS. I mean, arguably the MVP at this point.
Yeah, Grindel has been a monster, no doubt. But yeah, the no Warlocks thing was interesting, especially sure now the cancel gourds have been toned, but at the start of ACFL they were kind of in vogue.
Yeah, that's true.
And then you also have the basically at will group breaking gourds and all that stuff, but like you said, not a single Warlock.
Well, you pair it with an assassin, it's pretty scary. I mean, just imagine a Warlock on a team with an aerial or an aerial Warlock, and then with an assassin, and you can flash, you can deafen, and then you can toss chains off that.
And I'm not sure. I've been gone most of the time since the Warlock change happened, so I haven't played any of my Warlocks to work around the brew changes, but I'm not sure exactly how much time it takes to brew now. But
it doesn't take much time, but we won't go into it too much. I keep thinking about how Monbo would have been very happy if the brewing change had gone down when he was on Brutes. He wouldn't have communicated it for obvious reasons, but he would have been happy.
Yeah. I know back when we had Mambo, it was a colossal investment of time to actually brew for 3 fights every night, or potentially 3 fights at least. You had 2 minimum, and sometimes 3 fights a week. Like that takes a lot of time to brew for that, or at least it used to. But now that you can basically get whatever you want, I said, I think we'll see at least one or two hop in next season.
Well, I think a warlock is going to be the same issue as a good assassin. You know, you'll also notice there's been a dearth of assassins this ACFL. Slan's been the only. Is he the only assassin this year?
Well, no. Well, that was drafted. No, because Ferg was drafted as well.
Oh yeah, okay. So we have Ferg and Slan, but good assassins. I think warlock is kind of like an assassin in that good players make them work, but if you're an average player, they don't have quite as much utility. It's all how you use the utility.
I believe there was one other assassin as well, wasn't there?
The goalie dwarf, Tarpu.
Oh, okay, that's right. Yeah, maybe it doesn't count so much, but he was there.
I think we should give Tarpu MVP just because he signed up for the draft with a goalie dwarf.
Yeah,
that's the only impetus to give it to him.
Yeah, I don't know that I can give him an MVP for that.
Oh yeah, maybe we should give one to Grumf just for getting High Priest.
We can give him a Razzie for that.
Okay, we'll give him a Razzie. So back to the game a little bit. Looks like Boots are 1-0 so far. They're probably just going to keep running the flag. No, not yet.
No,
right?
Hang on. The map lied to me. The map lied to me.
Can't trust the map, man.
Atheran goes down. This is the thing. Like every time a Quicksilver walks into the arena, they just kind of like steamroll. The troll damage is just unreal. And there's Ellminaidra coming out now, but you know, every time Quicksilver comes out, it's kind of one at a time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they do. I mean, it just seems to be the case that they naturally stagger deaths.
And I don't know that Roots have even been really trying to do that, just because of how stompy this match has been.
Well, Brutes haven't looked too coordinated this match, but that's also because you have a couple of people playing who haven't played with each other before. So, I mean,
it's
also
the other factor to consider is, you know, when you know it's a win, which, you know, I imagine all of my players are going into this match going, okay, we're gonna win. Just how long is it gonna take, basically? And that,
of course.
That affects, you know, how coordinated you are. Like I know, there was one match I went in before at my retrain where it was that same situation. It was just kind of like, all right, let's just kind of do our own thing, and I'll go run around and see what I can make happen. You just kind of get in a position where you're like, whatever. We're gonna win regardless, so let's just kind of goof off.
Yeah.
Prithian's trying to.
And there's, yeah, that's done though. And with their main damage source out of the way, they're just going to carry this home. Gurfing takes a fire blonde from the priest, just her weapon flag. So I'm sure he's irritated by that. It's like, what are the odds, man?
Hilarious. That's hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But Ellminaidra's dead. There's a Wimpy. Now Grumf is like, you know what? I don't like your elemental Meteor it too. Just get rid of that. He's having fun with flaming rocks from the sky. I would have fun with them too. I would just like walk around and just like Meteor random rooms of lobby mobs. Like that, I would just do that all day. If I had Meteor. And Teucer is out. Let's see. I think he lasts 4 rounds. 4 rounds of combat on Teucer. Let's see.
If Jojo gets on him, that's probably right. But let's see how Teucer does.
Oh.
No, we're not going to get to see.
Damn you! Why did you capture Grumf?
Well, it was a fun match just to see Jojo go out there and and kill some faces.
Yeah. But Quicksilver still without a single flag capture. Is that correct?
I believe so.
Yep.
Yep.
0
But
and 36 points.
well, at least they fielded a fourth, and we were talking about it. It's too late to do anything this season, but just work with what you got. Work with your players. If they can get a couple flags here and there, that'd be good. Just for the rest of the season, that should be the goal, I think.
Just to get comfortable in the field is really what I would say is their most important goal.
Mm-hmm.
As best you can, given the situation that they're up against.
Hopefully next season, I would retain Lacton just to keep Prithian and Lacton. I would try. I mean, they're going to have the first draft pick next season. Get somebody who's most importantly going to have a reliable schedule, like they say they can show up, but also somebody who can synergize well with the team members they have.
Well, here's the thing. I think they probably keep Prithian, keep Atheran and Ellminaidra, and Shovar probably as well. So that's 4. You have to talk to Lacton, see what his schedule is going to be like, see if he's going to be reliable, and then Ambrose needs to either retrain this to something that can actually take the field as well as Prithian, or drop himself and then drop, you probably drop Tarpu and Teucer, and it at least gives you 3 new pickups. But honestly,
Yeah.
If Lacton's not going to be available, yeah, he can be strong when he's there, but he's not going to be there. Drop him, and then you get 4 new drafts.
See, we kind of have a fence where we want to talk about what would be mostly mechanically advantageous for Quicksilver, but I think Ambrose, he role plays a bit. Like, it's a role play enforced mud. But, if we were just talking pure mechanics, like retraining to Swashbuckler, Jongler would both be better. You don't need 2 invokers on the team. Prithian has showed reliably enough. But like you said...
Well, I'm not even, I'm not suggesting something like that necessarily, but even if he's, even if he just reclassed to a different Conclave CSR, something...
Yeah, you could at least field him.
Yeah, it's like something that's an option so that you're not stuck here in this position where, night after night you've got 4 people on, but you can only field 3 of them.
That is absolutely true. And, to Quicksilver's credit, Prithian and Lacton weren't going to show. With Prithian and Lacton, Prithian has shown about half the time, which is good enough. Lacton's had schedule issues. So what happened was virtually all of Quicksilver's winning team from last season didn't show up. So they got a good draft, if only because the 2 first drafts that they got, they have showed up every night pretty much. So you're going to want to find somebody who's kind of a balance between being a good player and is going to show for you next season. And maybe you can do something from there.
I mean, but we'll have to see what Ambrose does next season. It's all about the next season for them, and he's got to just be planning for that.
All right, so, also of interest, I want to talk about the 2 winning teams tonight. Stars still has the first seed just from the 10-1 record, but they lost 2 flags tonight, and Brutes have a 3-0 tonight. So that's just a little more points for. And if you look at the Capture the Flag website, you see that Brutes are actually 32-4, 9 against. Stars are 34, 9 against. So Brutes actually have more points for right now. So if they were to beat Stars in the next engagement, then they take the first seed.
That's true. And then that's let's take a look. What are the next engagements? So we've got Brutes up against Hydra. Oh no, Stars is up against Quicksilver Thursday. So that's 3-0. Okay. And then Brutes are up against Hydra.
Yeah, but so far Brutes have done pretty well against Hydra.
Yeah, that's potentially a 3-0 as well. I'm not saying it's guaranteed by any means, but it's the possibility is there. So just for the sake of the ease, let's say it's a 3-0, 3-0. And then we have Sharks against Brute Squad on next Tuesday.
Yep. So here's what's going to shape it. The Tuesday on February the 17th and Thursday on the 19th. Those are going to be the big matches because KCS is looking good. You know, we've mentioned that KCS and Brutes are a good matchup. Stars and Hydra are a good matchup. So how these two teams react on these two knots are going to shape it, I think.
Mm-hmm. And, you know, well, I probably shouldn't say that. I was going to talk about the lineups a little bit, but I should probably keep that to myself.
Yeah, we'll just let it roll.
Brutes and Sharks will be an interesting match no matter what happens, I think.
Yeah, I think that's true too. I think we're going to see some good matches in the next couple weeks.
And then, you know, Galaglass has started fielding an interesting team as well, so they could put up an interesting fight as well.
Yeah, Galaglass looked very good the last match, and they showed they were adaptive. You know, they put in the 2 chokers, and Hydra didn't react well against it. So I'm very interested to see what they do in the future.
But I think that about wraps it up for tonight. So thank you guys for tuning in as always, and we will see you next time.
Good games.